Welcome to the NXT Podcast, your home for weekly NXT reviews and insight.
The beautiful part of NXT is that when one dream ends, another dream begins.
Find all of your NXT news, recaps, and analysis right here. So with that being said, we only have one question for you.
Are you ready?
We thought so. Let's get the show started right now.
All right, guys, how's it going? This is Memphis Mark coming to you from Mullet Manor, and we're going to do a little review on 328 of the NXT show. And, of course, they are getting ready for Stand and Deliver WrestleMania weekend coming up here. So they start the match or the night off with a 20-man battle royal, you know, and they got Wesley on the mic because he's giving that last spot in for this five-way. So, you know, like any battle royal, even with 20 men, whatever it is, they have, you got to go through the weeding out part. And sometimes you get some good little spots. Now, they had a cool, and this is the way I kind of judge it. It's on how good did you look getting thrown out. Now, Damon Kemp, I thought he was he did pretty good on his. Now, Big Body Javi, he got thrown out, and so did Apollo Crews. Big Kodo threw him out. So you had some pretty good ones, and you had scripted or whatever. He popped in. He's in there a couple minutes, and he popped out. So, you know, it gets down. They narrow it down. Once you get towards the end, you know, you got rid of the big guys in this. And this was a little unusual because usually there's a big guy in all the way just about to the end. Well, I guess you could say that with Kato, but it came down to Nathan Frazier and Axiom. And, man, they put on a heck of a good, about 2 minutes or 3 minutes. They stole the show. You know, it's the middleweights, the junior weights, whatever you want to say, but they looked really, really good. Now, the ending was okay, was pretty good. Axiom is going to get this win, and it's about time. Between him and well, he's had a couple of spots, but between him and Hartwell, man, they just seems like they get everybody over. So you've got Axiom winning, and then of course everybody's kind of come out. You've got Dragon Lee, and you got Dragunov, and you got J.D. McDonough. So you've got all these guys that just happen to show up at the right time. Wow, TV is great. But from there, how can I describe what all right, pretty deadly. And I have to say, as much as I hate to say, I kind of liked it. They did this ongoing hot takes through the show. And of course, you know, Pretty Deadly has been become pretty good about their outfits. I'll say that with a polite tone. But anyway, I guess they were kind of coming out with 70s Amish people. Maybe I mean, what was living in Amish paradise? I mean, you just have to look at it and you know, decipher it yourself, I guess. That was just my take on it, and that's the good thing about art. Everybody can have a different view of the same thing. They do their first of several hot takes during the night. And then you've got Chase U and Tyler Bate, big strong boy. And, you know, they're doing their little promo, and Chase U is really coming on. Mr. Andre is just really, he's kind of high on his new guy here, you know, Tyler. And, you know, he's going to they're going to take the momentum off this, and they're going to go against Schism. But it's kind of funny. The funniest thing in this one, it wasn't the actual the guys talking. It was Duke. Duke Hudson in the background. And he actually comes out pretty cool on this because he gets one other cool spot. So he's like the guy in the corner and like everybody's fired up. And he's like, yeah. So that was, they're building something. You got to consider what you got, the materials you got, and they're building what they got. So from there, they got that little Brooks and Jensen and this first base, second base, I don't know, this Kiana James. And, it's not for me, maybe for another audience, but just not for me. But they're building up that Tyler is going to take on Von Wagner with Mr. Stone. And they have a bad record, Chase U does, against Von Wagner. So this is going to be a good match, So I have to say in this match, Von, they're killing him, but I guess it is what it is. He should be, I don't know, man. He's got the size, he's got the look, he's got everything going. They even had Mr. Stone at one time do a little under the rope when someone's thrown into the ropes, where he grabs the heel. So I thought maybe they were going to do something here, but nope. So you've got, and you got to say, Von Wagner took some good shots in here. Tyler just had to go offense. It's the only way he could do this to make it look good. And so he ends up throwing Von Wagner out of the ring. And so he's going to do his shot over the ropes or whatever he was going to do. But Duke pulls the rope down so he lands on Mr. Stone. Or lands on Von, whichever it was. It was a good move because you got to check the way Duke is standing. He is so cool. He did it so slick. It's worth the time just to go watch him be in the perfect place at the perfect time for everything to look right. And then, of course, Tyler gets up and like, hey, we're all on one page now. Yeah. But after the match, you have Schism come out, and they have got the students, the ones that left Chase U earlier, and they've got them in mask, and they're doing a little promo, and it's not so bad. So this is, they're building with this, and I'm happy to see that. You look, this is not the main roster, but this is pretty good. It's the soap opera to the poor man's stars there, I guess you could say. And then we have our first Roxanne Perez sighting. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, she's sighted. And let me see here. We're gonna speed this up a little bit, and I just like to watch the show as I'm talking. So I sometimes I move slow or slower than the show, so I got to slow down. But you got Roxanne after the commercial coming back in, and she's going to see HBK. And I gotta say, if you look in the backdrop of the office that HBK is in, he's got a lot of hats. That man doesn't go out in public a lot unless the camera angle is good, or he's going to have a hat on. Wonder what that's for. And a lot of hats. Just check that out. But, Roxanne comes in, and she says she's cleared, but she has anxiety, and she has these attacks. I mean, she's a 21-year-old, and yes, they're leading into a very, very bad soap opera. Please, come on, man. HBK struggles through this kind of, man. He gives in. It's just, it's not the best side of NXT, I can say right here. And I'm a little disappointed because HBK being involved should have made sure that this was a rock solid spot for Roxanne. If they're going to build her, right now it's looking like a little sand in that foundation. But anyway, you got Valentina Feroz. She's the lady that kind of snuck the brass knucks away from Elektra Lopez last time they were in the NXT studio. So now it's a time for a little revenge. And Elektra comes out and, she goes after. She comes out real strong, going to get her payback and everything. But it was okay. It was a filler match. Come on, let's be honest. It was a filler match. Now, Elektra does look pretty good. I can see a storyline already starting with her. Miss Feroz, I think they got a way to go. Got a way to go. And they've been pushing. They've been pushing these promos on us about an Eddie Thorpe. Now, I haven't gone back and looked at everything, but I will say the Miles Bourne that they gave him to do his first match on is pretty solid. And I can see him in the future in a tag team style. Actually, I can see both of these guys, but I haven't watched enough of Thorpe to give my true opinion on that. But I will say, usually when they're going to throw somebody big out there, they give them just a jabroni. And this was not a jabroni match. Miles Bourne is an up-and-comer, and apparently this Eddie Thorpe is too, Co. It was it's pretty good with both of them, I got to say. So, not so bad. Not so bad. But then we go back into the Amish Paradise. I mean, Pretty Deadly. And, of course, they're doing the Waller and the Gargano, their hot take on there for Stunned and Deliver. Yeah, they still doing that little, I don't know what you'd call that, but it's strike a pose, maybe. I don't know. But I like to make fun of it and everything, but if I was looking at it in a booking manner or in a developmental manner, I have to say they just keep getting better. Their mic work is good. They make me not want to watch them, so I watch them. So what are they doing? They're doing what they're doing right. So hey, and then they've got a triple threat match. It's a last chance match. Now, just before that, they have a little spot with the Gallus boys, and they're wondering why the Gallus brothers giving all of these tag teams a chance. And I liked the little promo. They were like, hey, the more the merrier, man. Everybody had a good point. Everybody made their point, and I kind of liked it. And the Gallus boys are going to come out on top. But good little straightforward. I can remember an interview like that with Bill Dundee when he first came in from Australia. I can't remember his tag team partner off the top of my head, but they came in and they just said they'll take on all comers. And I liked that back then, and I like that now. So you've got the last chance match and then the ladies here to get into this final match in Stand and Deliver. So you've got Sol Ruka, you've got Indy Hartwell, which I'm high on. I think needs a shot, and Ivy Nile, which is look, she's going to be good. She just doesn't have the size, but she has the MMA and the way to tie you up and grapevine you and all of that. And man, Sol is just. She is just, I think, going to go to the top. The more match time she gets, the more ring time she gets. I keep expecting her to kind of look, and same with Tiffany Stratton. I kept expecting them to do that gymnastics, or I think Tiffany was in the cheerleading, whatever it was. I kept expecting that to come out more in their development, but they're using their flips and their ability into real moves that look good. So, hey, maybe it's a new day and they're bringing on new moves and new stuff that we're going to see in the future. So that is what this is all about. And this match is not good. Just everybody's on a different timing. You've got Soul that wants to do the flips and stuff. Indy can kind of do anything, and Ivy's got to look good in spots that she can get her hands on you. You know, she's got to, once she gets a hold of you, she can do something. So, okay, I guess I shouldn't say a bad match. It is what it is, and, finally, they give Indy a push. So she is going to be, along with Zoe and Valkyria and Gigi and Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne and my neighbor around the corner and 4 guys I knew from the hood and 3 guys that I worked with back in the 70s. Anyway, that's going to be for the championship match. All right, so yeah, a lot of people, small ring, a lot of flipping. And we'll have to see how this turns out. This is a stir fry that I don't think is going to taste good, but I hope that I'm wrong. Then you've got Amish Paradise back. You got pretty deadly. Yeah, like they're in a bad Prince video. They do another one of their hot takes. And like I said, all of them, if you were to break them down and look at it, hey, say what you want to, but they're not freaking bad. Right. We go from there, though, to Hank Walker. Oh, Hank. Worked his way up from security. Offensive lineman with NC State, Division I. Push big people around. He's still got some work to do, but he is looking better. He's looking more the part, and they've got him, of course, going against Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey's on the outside, and you can tell he's been in the gym. He is still raw. He is still slow, and Drew did not look up to the teacher role in this himself. So I'm not just going to throw all this on Hank. They had a chance for Charlie to do his little something in the end. And, Drew pulls this out, but kind of a bad ending. You might want to say the worst match of the night. Then the Hartwell's glad she got victory was probably that one above that. But all right, and then they go into a big tag team here. So you've got Tony D and Stacks, against Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. So you got Briggs and Jensen coming on here, and look, these are some big old boys in here now. Briggs and Jensen are not small at all, and their future is so bright they got to wear shades. I mean, they're going to be good, but Tony D, you know what I'm saying? Tony D ain't he ain't no slouch, and Stacks, he's coming on. So the match has got some good moves, good slams, what you would expect. Nothing that really just made me go, wow, and it was a real strange end. So Tony D and Stacks are gonna win this, and then it's like it goes to a promo. I don't know. It goes into a promo. They're gonna break out the soap opera of Valen and Kiana, and Kiana does this little kiss, and it's you got to a base, and I guess you can say what you want to about that. There again, don't want to sound like old guy. Get off my lawn. But after that, finally, they've got Grayson Waller. He's arriving at NXT. So, and they've made sure Gargano is nowhere around. He is not there. Mr. Wrestling is not there. The security has gone through the place, and he's going to get the contract from Vic, not from Booker T. Now, if it was from Booker T, we'd have something going on. I think he could have showed up HBK by far. I won't even go there. I'm still sorry about the HBK. If you're going to bring the old guys out, make them look good. Hey, they've got everybody out there. Waller comes in and he's going to do his talk. He's talked the talk, now he's going to walk the walk, and he's explaining to everybody. And you know what he's starting to do? Starting to put them to sleep. Yep. He did I've said it before, Wes has done it, and it just didn't have the passion or I just don't know. It didn't have it. Now, if you're going to do a deal to where you're going to surprise everybody and you're going to bring the man out to jump in on this, you've got everybody looking for Johnny, so Johnny got to be somewhere. And Johnny was holding the camera. Now, this move has been used for centuries, but it could have been more effective tonight. I just don't know. They're scripting these guys, I think, a little too much, or not giving them some kind of free reins. Because if you're going to have Johnny pop up, okay, so now you've got all the security conveniently right there. Okay. So now you're going to separate them and do the one guy's going to get away and then the other guy's going to get away, and you're going to do that for a while. When you script everything out to the T like that, it just doesn't look good. I think it's a recipe for disaster. It didn't look as good as it should have. And as far as the guys, Waller and Johnny, man, they did their part. Johnny even had a little scratching and a little scratch and sniff on his forehead there, and they did their part. Just the setup, and I think management or writing's way they did it, I did not think it looked good. Now, that is just my opinion, and it's like it's like a lot of things, and a lot of people got it. So that's the way the show ends. I will say this much: I have, because of my age, I have seen ever since they've started doing these WrestleMania build-up commercials and promos and stuff, I've seen them go through a technology-wise, actual humor, deciding the right people to put in the spots that they're trying to do. I've seen them grow, and I have to say, the Goodfellas, some of them were a little lame, but I mean, when you go back like I do now and look at some of the others, I remember saying those were lame, and now people are they cherish them or they love them. So, who knows how history will look at these when I'm gone and my grandkids are looking at these and wondering, why did Grandpa like this so much? But who knows? But I think WWE is done pretty good on these. This was not a great show for a build-up. I think Raw was better. I sure as hell hope SmackDown is going to be leading in, and I hope this is the one bump in the road that they have, maybe. But I just don't think if you're going to put a show out there before your biggest event of the year, everybody should be on board. It should look a little better. maybe some shocks and some ahs, some surprises. Bring in something that we weren't expecting that has nothing to do with WrestleMania. Just bring in something odd and make people go, how's that going to fit in? And then you've captivated the audience. But hey, this is just an old guy running his mouth. So we'll get off here. I'll get off my high horse here, taking up y'all's time. But I'll look back through here. I think everything was good. I do think, Pretty Deadly's little Amish Paradise things were pretty good. They did what they could with Gargano, Tony D, it's Tony D, Von, rescue. Am I going to have to get some T-shirts together or something and start a campaign for free, Von Wagner? Somebody find this man something to work with. Should you put him and Mr. Lucky up there in the WWE, put him together and form a new Twin Towers and have a tag team? I mean that's just me off the top of my head. There's got to be some people a lot smarter than me, but I regress. There we go. All right, guys. But look, this is the way we're going to end this. I've mentioned this to a few people, and we're going to start an update here. I think it's going to be a short update, but we rescued a Rockwaller off the street a couple weeks ago. Real quickly, she showed us that she is going to have pups, so we're doing the Rockwaller watch party for puppies. We've got that. That'll be an upcoming episode on NXT. No. Anyway, guys, let me get on off here. And as always, if you can, rescue, like I just explained, and spay neuter. All right, guys. And as always, this is Memphis Mark. We're getting ready for Stand and Deliver. And we got WrestleMania coming up. So, guys, we will have updates and just listen into the channel with the WWE podcast with all of us. We'll keep you up to date. So, guys, this is Memphis Mark, and I am out.
Thanks for listening to the WWE podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.